Hi everyone, yasas que kalos sirsata to another episode of Dimitra's Dishes. Today I'm going to teach you how to make an easy skillet that's ready in under an hour. We're going to be making a cheesy beef and potato hash. Let's get started. Okay, so we're going to begin with the potatoes. You're going to need 500 to 550 grams of potatoes. If you have 2 or 3 large ones, they'll be enough, but since I'm using smaller ones today, I'm going to peel 5 potatoes. These are gold potatoes. And I'm just going to peel them and put them in a pot of cold water with a little bit of salt. I'm going to bring them to a boil, and then I'm going to reduce the heat to a medium and let them cook over the stovetop until they're fork tender. So that's going to take between 20 to 30 minutes depending on the size of your potatoes. While that's happening, I'm going to get the ingredients ready. So I have 1 red bell pepper here, but you can use any bell pepper that you like. I'm just going to go ahead and dice it up really small, set it aside. Then I have an onion that I'm just going to peel, and then I'm going to finely chop that up too and set that aside because this recipe moves really quickly. I have a cast iron skillet that's heating over medium-high heat. I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of olive oil and 2 pounds of ground beef. You can use ground chicken, ground lamb, whatever cut of meat that you like. But we're just going to season it with some salt and freshly cracked black pepper. I'm going to break it up a little bit so we have nice chunks of the meat. That's going to taste really good in the skillet. And I'm just going to cook it until it's nice and browned all around. That's just going to take about 8 minutes or so. Then I'm going to take it out of the pan and transfer it to a plate. It's still not 100% cooked, but now I'm going to add the veggies to the pan. So the diced up onion and bell pepper with a little more oil, and I'm going to season it with a little pinch of salt. I'm going to cook these until they're nice and golden, and I'm going to reduce the heat to like a medium-low because I don't want too much color on these. As soon as they're nice and soft, I'm going to take them out and put them over the meat. The same plate that the meat is in, I'm going to put the bell peppers in. By this time, the potatoes should be fully cooked. I'm just going to carefully lift them out of the water or drain the water, however you want to do it. They're going to be really hot, so you might want to use a fork while you're dicing them up. And then go ahead and dice them up until they're pretty small, but not too small. You don't want them to mush. This is the size that you're looking for. And these are going to get a little color on them now. So in that same skillet, that cast iron skillet, which I love, I'm going to add some more oil to it and make a nice even layer of these diced up potatoes. And of course they need some seasoning. I'm going to add some salt, some crushed red pepper flakes. You can do black pepper if you prefer that. And I'm also going to add a nice hefty pinch of dried oregano. If you like thyme or rosemary, use your favorite herbs in this. But the one important thing is just to brown these really well without moving them around. If you move them around, they won't get color. They'll stick to the pan and then they'll start to mush on you. So just leave these over medium heat for about 3 minutes on one side, and then go ahead and flip them over. And you can add all of the remaining ingredients to them. So the brown beef, the onion, and the bell pepper go in, and you can kind of smash them a little bit all together so that way they stick together and they get nice and crispy on the bottom. At this point, I'm going to crumble in some feta cheese. This is sheep's milk feta, which is nice and creamy, but in this recipe you can definitely get away with using a cow's milk feta, which is less expensive than a sheep's milk feta. And then once that's done, I'm just going to sprinkle a good helping of shredded mozzarella on top. Take the pan off of the heat. My oven is preheated to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. This is going to go on the center rack, and it's going to bake in there for about 10 minutes or until the cheese is nice and melted. I like to turn on the broiler element for the final 2 or 3 minutes so it can get some nice color on it. And as soon as it comes out of the oven, it's ready to serve. So just like that, this skillet is going to be ready in under an hour. You could serve this for breakfast, or you could serve breakfast for lunch or dinner. It's my favorite meal of the day, if you ask me. I love to eat it any time of the day. If you're serving it for breakfast or brunch, you can definitely fry some eggs and serve them alongside this, or you can make a nice salad and serve it with it. It's so good, it's so hearty, and it's so delicious. Let's do the taste test. Oh my goodness. Yum. Did I also mention that it's low carb? So much flavor in this. The ground beef is not overcooked. The vegetables are nice and sweet. The cheese is melty and delicious. The feta is creamy and salty. You guys are gonna love this one. If you want to, you can definitely add some Kalamata olives in this. you would add it at the same time that the feta goes in here. You could put some sun-dried tomatoes, maybe some mushrooms. There's so many ways to serve this. I hope you guys give this recipe a try. The exact measurements are on the website, dimitrasdishes.com. If you make it, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I'll see you all next time. Yassas.